What's up, my good friends? So I haven't posted in like 8 days, which is kind of unusual for me. But I'm gonna post now. And I said in the short that this was an up and coming video. So my video is gonna be talking about why are people leaving BookTube? Roll it. So first of all, let's just hear the sweetest story, sweetest bookish story ever. So I am a teacher, as we all know. I teach in the inner city, and my children are very, very averse to reading. My children do not like to read. Um, a lot of them don't speak English, but a lot of them still just don't like to read. So there was a boy once who was bragging to me about how he had only ever read one chapter book in his entire life, and nothing was going to change his mind. Well, then I handed him They Both Die at the End, which is a book I found on BookTube. A few weeks later, a couple weeks later, the boy comes back to me and he starts crying, saying he couldn't believe that he found a book that was so incredibly representative of who he was. And he was so proud of himself for finally reading another chapter book. It was something he never thought he would be able to do. And yeah, so he said he could never do it without me. It never would have happened without me. But the truth is, that would have never happened without BookTube because until I started watching BookTube, I didn't know about that book. It wasn't a book that I probably ever would have read even if I had heard of BookTube. And million dollar question, did it make me cry? No, it didn't. But it was still pretty good. So why are people leaving BookTube? The biggest reason I think is probably that they don't feel valued. BookTube is a very niche market, and a lot of BookTubers just don't take off. I mean, I had like a BookTube channel for 2.5 years before I finally hit 1K, and it took me a year and a half to hit 100. So now I'm at 2,050 subscribers, and most of them I'm pretty sure are bots based on the email. So if you could, please just like and subscribe this video. Hopefully YouTube will do something about the bot problem and we can see what my real sub count is. But they don't feel valued. Their opinion doesn't feel valued. And they spend a whole lot of money getting like nice mics, nice filming equipment. I guarantee you a lot of even the smaller booktubers are using Final Cut, which I don't use. I use Clipchamp. I know how to use Final Cut. I'm a screenwriter, but I also know that it costs a whole hell of a lot of money. And also, I'm a writer, not an editor. I don't want to edit these videos. I hate editing. So, yeah, just not getting, I guess, your return on investment and it just feeling like a waste of time and money. And that's another thing is booktube takes time. I mean, you got to spend time filming. You got to spend time like thinking out your review, and you've got to it's time, and a lot of people don't have that time. Personally, I do because I don't have much of a life. Most of the stuff I do for fun usually does not involve other people. I mean, I like to share my experiences with people, but I prefer to like experience things on my own. And just as a writer, I kind of just feel like everything I do needs to be recorded or else it like didn't fully happen. So even if I wasn't a booktuber, I would probably still make like video diaries or a blog about books I was reading. And another thing has got to be drama. The comic section can get rough at times. Like, let's just go ahead and say it. Cyberbullying is real. And it's not just random people, random cowards hiding behind a username. Booktubers are mean to each other. And I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, do you guys know I've been attacked by booktubers and authors like relentlessly, and then all of a sudden I'm the bad guy when I respond. So there's also a really big double standard. It's like you put out criticism and you're just supposed to take it lying down. Like a lot of booktubers will get on to people for responding, and it's just crap. So we'll call it drama. And then I think the final reason people are leaving BookTube is just because it feels pointless. It feels very pointless. They don't feel valued. They maybe entered this with a different goal in mind. The whole thing we say, like, for the wrong reasons. Maybe they thought they were going to end up like Daniel Green, who's able to do this as a living. Um, but that just doesn't happen. You cannot come on to BookTube, especially, thinking that you are going to be a content creator as your career. That is even harder to do than to make it as a Hollywood screenwriter. You look at all the people who have channels or have had channels in the past, and the ones that just get lucky with the algorithm, it's random chance. It really, really is. So turning on that record button, no different than pulling the thing like the slot machine. So will I quit? Heck no. No, I love making these videos. I love talking about books. And the reason I'm on BookTube is because I watched BookTube for a little while before creating my own. And I discovered Discord. I met some cool people in the Discord. And that's why I decided to make my own. I wanted to kind of do my own thing. I wanted to put my own opinions out there. And through that, I've met some really cool people. I've learned how to live stream, and I've live streamed. So I'll go ahead and tag some of the cool people that I've met and that I stream with. There's Liam, there's Rafe, there's Talking Story, there's Britton from Some Okie Dude. Epic Tales is another one that I talk to all the time. All the people in the Historathon chat. I mean, BookTube has really enriched my life, and it doesn't do that for a lot of people, especially people who have like families, and socializing is very, very important to them. They'll miss that socialization to work on BookTube. Um, I like people. I like being with people, but kind of in the bookish way, I sort of prefer to be alone. And so I travel by myself, and I love telling people about my travel experiences, but I would prefer to travel alone. So that is why I think people are leaving BookTube in droves. And I think that it is not going to slow down. And I think that we will see a lot of people leave, even more so than we have recently. I think people's priorities just change. It's kind of like the school I work with. The neighborhood's aging. Um, it's just full of old people now, so there are no more teenagers, but there are grandkids, and neighborhoods change. I guess you could look at BookTube as kind of an internet neighborhood. So we're going with turnover. So thank you guys for watching. Keep reading, keep writing, keep loving words, and I'll see you next time. Bye.